Hi, I'm Kim Baez, KRQE News 13. I'd like to talk to you about a unique opportunity, and I'd like to challenge you to help make a difference in the lives of New Mexico families. We call it KRQE Cares. KRQE Cares is about the kids in our community. In partnership with the Assistance League of Albuquerque, Payless Shoe Source, and United Healthcare of New Mexico, we've set out to make a difference in the lives of children in New Mexico. There are 3 initiatives under KRQE Cares: Shoes for Kids, Food for Kids, and Books for Kids.
30% of children in New Mexico live in poverty. It's the highest rate in the U.S.
As mothers, we are tired of having to report statistics like that.
That's why KRQE Cares is so important to us.
Throughout the year, you'll be invited to join us in our effort to support those children in our community.
KRQE Cares campaigns will collect shoes and food for kids and donations for story time in the parks to promote reading.
We're asking you to join us in making a difference in New Mexico. Shoes for Kids is a program that puts brand new athletic shoes on students in Title I schools, both elementary and middle school. Every child in the school gets a new pair of shoes. This is an average of 400 students per school. More than 8,000 pairs of shoes have been given to children. Some have never owned a brand new pair of shoes. When you see the looks on the faces of these children whose lives are touched, you begin to understand why this matters.
I've attended different community events over the past 17 years, but this project has really touched my heart. New Mexico is the poorest state in the nation. A lot of families can't afford new shoes for their children. I've seen so many of the children wearing hand-me-downs and worn-out shoes, and while a new pair of shoes isn't a big deal for a lot of people, it is for these children. They are overjoyed and could not be more grateful to receive a new pair of shoes. One little boy was in a tattered t-shirt and old jeans, and he had holes in his socks and beat-up shoes that were way too small. I asked him if there was a pair of new shoes he was eyeing. He wasn't picky, just thankful to have a pair. He kept asking me in disbelief if he really got to keep the shoes, and when I told him yes, he explained with true excitement how he couldn't wait to go home and show his mom. You just can't leave a shoe drive without feeling touched by these children.
One of the things I like most about the KRQE Cares program is that when you give a child a pair of shoes, you're dealing with something very real, something tangible. You know, people talk about virtual reality, and we spend a lot of time in front of screens on our phones. But the fact is, we still live in a very physical world, and I think that's why gift giving is such an important part of our culture. And this is not just a gift. Shoes are an integral part of our existence. They're not incidental. So when you hold a pair of shoes in your hand, you know immediately what they're for and that they're necessary. And when you give those shoes to someone, you're saying to them, you matter, these things are necessary, and you deserve to have them. And it's a wonderful feeling.
KRQE Cares.
With your help, we've been able to provide thousands of shoes to kids in need. Our continued partnership encourages kids in our community. We hear things like, I can run faster, and I've never had a new pair of shoes. To see the faces of these children when they get their new shoes is priceless. We want to thank you for your continued support as we touch the lives of children in New Mexico.
The input that we've received from principals at the schools where we've distributed new shoes is that teachers have seen a positive impact in both class participation and attendance.
KRQE Cares came to our school the end of September, and they were able to put shoes on 485 kids. It was the most phenomenal experience I've ever seen in my life. We have pretty high poverty kids. We have a high refugee population. Most of our kids come from Section 8 housing. We have several kids who are also considered homeless. So when these kids were getting brand new pairs of shoes, they were just ecstatic. The comments I heard were, I can run faster, I'm so much taller now.
To my students, it is one of the most special days of the year. They're talking about it as they're walking along. Everyone's talking about their shoes, and the children are saying, this is the best day of my life. I feel like these kids have to come to school ready to learn. They have to have their social and emotional needs met, as well as their academic needs met. And we can't do it all in the schools, and that's what a community schools project is all about. And so this has been crucial to our children and to the way they feel about themselves and their readiness to learn.
Another KRQE Cares initiative is Food for Kids. It provides non-perishable snacks for the Title I Homeless Project. In partnership with a local grocery chain, we have a month-long food drive to collect items to provide for the more than 3,500 homeless students in Albuquerque Public Schools. The items collected are used to supply weekly snack packs for high school students living on their own and families with school-aged children that are living in cars, hotels, or shelters. Finishing out the year, we have a Books for Kid drive to collect donations for the Title I Storytime in the Park program. This initiative is in conjunction with the Summer Free Lunch program to provide lunch to children who have received free breakfast and lunch at school during the school year. When kids come to the 38 different parks around the city of Albuquerque, APS Title I has a teacher read a story to the children while they eat their lunch, and they receive that book for free. Ultimately, they could collect 20 new books throughout the summer if they attend each day. This program is to encourage reading during the summer and to help parents with the tools they need to help their child read. Besides these quarterly programs, KRQE Cares will promote messaging year-round on themes that make a difference in children's health and welfare. These may include additional campaigns, events, and public service announcements. KRQE Cares allows our television station's anchors and staff an opportunity to serve our community directly. We are hands-on in each one of these projects, but we need your help. We're looking for partners who share our vision of New Mexico. Won't you please consider partnering with us to help the children in our community? Together, we can make an impact on some of the most persistent problems that we face. KRQE cares about New Mexico. We hope you'll join us.